Hey there, everybody. Today I'm going to be walking you through some of the basics of activities as a favorite on your Garmin Instinct watch. So as I mentioned with all my videos, this is the regular Garmin Instinct. This is not the Solar and this is not the tactical version. I mention that because some of the settings and some of the activities can be different between the different watch models. This video might help you, but if you've got one of the other models, if you notice any differences, that could be why. The other thing I'll mention is I'm using this watch as delivered from Garmin. I haven't adjusted any of the hotkeys on the watch. So when you press the keys, if it's doing something different on your watch, it could be that your hotkeys have been adjusted. So one of the things that was a little bit confusing for me when I got this Garmin Instinct is you've got activities and apps that come on the watch that you can remove or you can add other ones. And then you can also set some as a favorite. And that's what I'm going to be walking you through today. Kind of what that does for you and how do you set something as a favorite and what does that exactly mean on the watch. So it's going to be pretty basic. On the left hand side of the watch you've got 3 buttons. On the right hand side you've got 2 buttons. The middle button is your menu button on the left hand side. We're going to press and hold that. We are going to go into our settings. You can use the menu button to navigate up. You can use the ABC button to navigate down. And all we're going to do is navigate till we get to settings. Once we're on settings, we're going to press the GPS button, which is the top right-hand button if the watch is facing you. That's kind of like your select button. Once we're in the settings, we're going to use the, again, up and down buttons on the left and right till we get to apps and activities. And again, we're going to use the GPS button to select them. So when you're in your apps and activities, you should be able to see every app and activity that you've currently got on the watch. Now, you're going to notice I've got walk, climb, hike, treadmill. Then all of a sudden I get to run, and you'll notice that run is not highlighted. You know, treadmill's got like a white background with dark lettering, whereas run has a dark background with light lettering. What that's showing me is these up here that are highlighted different, those are my favorites. These down here, run, navigate, track me, those are still activities that I've got set on my watch, but they're not designated as favorites. So and I'm going to show you kind of what that means. I'm not going to do anything at this point. I'm just going to use the back button, which is your set button, bottom right-hand side button. I'm going to go back to the main screen. I've shown you what I've got set as my apps and activities and what are set as my favorites. Now let's say I'm going to go do an activity. The way we go do that is we press the GPS button. We're on the main screen. We're outside. We're getting ready to go. I'm going to go for a run, for example. You press the GPS button, and you'll notice it shows me the activities I can do. Walk, climb, hike, treadmill. But it doesn't show me run, which wasn't one of my favorites. So that's kind of the only thing that the favorites does for you, is when you're going to go do an activity, you don't see anything unless it's listed as a favorite. If you want to see the activities you've got on your watch that aren't a favorite, you're going to have to use the down button to navigate to this little 4-dot section. That takes you to your activities that aren't listed as favorites. So there's run, navigate, track me, so on and so forth. If I want to go back to my favorites, I can press the up button. Once I'm in my favorites, I can't see my non-favorites. So I hope that makes sense. So for example, now we know what it does. Let's say we want to set run as a favorite. When I go do a run, I don't want to have to press GPS and go all the way down to the 4 dots so I can see run. I want it to be up at the top, and I want it to be as a favorite. I'll show you how to do that. So again, from the main screen, we're going to press and hold menu. We're going to use the up or down button to navigate to settings. We're going to press GPS to select settings. We're going to make sure we're on apps and activities by using the up and down button. We're going to press GPS to select apps and activities, and we're going to go to the activity that we want to set as a favorite. For me, that's run. I'm on it. I'm going to press the GPS button, and I can navigate down to set as favorite. So it is set as a favorite. You can see now that it's highlighted. It's also listed underneath treadmill. I can leave it there, or I can use the up and down button. You can see I've got 2 arrows over here on the side. I can use the up or down button to move it in my list of favorites. I'm going to move it all the way to the top, so that when I go outside and I do an activity, it's going to be the first thing I've got listed. It's going to be a favorite, and it's going to be my first listed favorite. I've got it where I want it. I'm going to press the GPS button to select. Now it's a favorite and it's at the top of my activity list. I can just press the back button to go all the way back to the home screen. So now I've got it set as a favorite. I've got it ordered the way I want to. Now when I go outside and I want to do an activity, I press the GPS button, all of a sudden we're going to see, hey, run is the first activity and it's a favorite. If you notice, now if I go to my non-favorites, run is not there. I've still got navigate, still got track me, but because it's a favorite, it's highlighted and I've got it as my top favorite. So that's kind of how favorites work. It's really just a sorting and a display function on the watch. Keeps you from having to press a lot of buttons to get to the activity that you're trying to do. So I'm going to go back to the main screen. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you got anything I can help with.